miracle of divine grace. When the grace showers, the dumb wax eloquent. The dashing clouds of sorrows turn into a dazzling array of joy and felicity. The dreadful desert of despair turns into verdant groves of peace and plenty. The thorns of adversities turn into blossoms of blessings. And from the heart that has been like a rock, there emerges the sparkling stream of tender divine love. By grace, all challenges in life turn into guiding lights that lead the soul to immortality. There is the revelation, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Absolute Self. Om Nilambujasyammalkomalangam Sita Samaropitavamabhagam Panavu Maha Sayakacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Adorations Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, is carrying powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Shri Ramcharitmanas in Ayodhya Kanda. We remember, Lord Shiva tells the entire Ramayana to Parvati Devi. So therefore, it's a delightful recitation of Ramayana, a study of Ramayana, offering to Lord Shiva. Presently in Ayodhya Kanda, verse number 161. And the context of this is that Bharata and Shatrughna have come to Ayodhya to learn that King Dasharatha passed away because of his mother's dull with action. And worse still, Rama and Lakshmana and Sita have gone to forest. That storyline has a pathetic picture. Deep philosophy is totally different. And that point has to be understood. Kausalya ke bachan suni Bharat sahit ranivasu Vyakul bilapat rajagriha Manahu shoka nivasu. Bharata has met. Bharata and Shatrughna have come to Kausalya, Rama's mother, to receive comfort and consolation. Bharata is shocked, father is dead. And Rama, Lakshmana are away in the forest. Understanding from philosophical point of view, this is the beginning of integral movement. All those points we have discussed already. Rama represents wisdom, jnana. Lakshmana represents dhyana, meditation. Bharata represents bhakti, devotion. Shatrugna represents karma, karma yoga, action. Dasharatha is soul that has come to a state of profound purity and virtue. And so as a state of individual soul, Dasharatha is has departed. And Rama has succeeded. Your jiva departs. Once you are moved deep in integral movement, your jiva is said goodbye. Goodbye has been said to your jivahood. Your individuality of soul cannot be sustained. Karma sustains the individuality of the soul. As long you are not enlightened and you just involved in a world of karma, looking for your happiness as a result of fruit of karma, that happiness will be in the terms of some happening. Without happiness without happening is difficult in the world. But spiritual attainment has no need for happening. Spiritual attainment is a revelation of you, what you are essentially. A reflected sun in a pot of water goes through many experiences of joy and sorrow. And its joyous condition is a question of happening, how it will happen to the water and how it will, I will not go into details of that. So, karma-based fulfillment that every soul goes after, and that gives you a life of lots of picture of good things and bad things and victory and triumph. But all that becomes little compared to souls attaining liberation. The difference is just like a reflected sun putting into a better condition in another jar of water, or allowing it to realize, I am this sun. There is no mathematical parallel in it. So, that state is being highlighted. Bharata is bhakti movement, devotional. Rama movement, as I have already explained, is jnana. Lakshmana movement is dhyana movement, meditation. Bharata movement is bhakti, devotion. Shatrugna, karma yoga, action. But all these movements are in early stage. So neither Rama is full Rama, neither Bharata, they are all facing challenges. At this stage, Bharata receives comfort from Kaushalya. Kaushalya, who has nourished Rama. But during this condition, when Kaushalya confronts Bharata, all the queens of the palace They are all listening. They are all looking at how Bharata is meeting the Kaushalya. And they all began to grieve. When grieving situation is presented to a loved one, an entire house, entire family, all near and dear ones start shedding tears and they all join in. विलपहि विकल भरत दो भाई कौसल्या लिए हृदय लगाई. Both brothers began to grieve. Kausalya enfolded them in her heart, by her arms. भांति अनेक भरत समुझाए कहीं विवेकमय बचन सुनाए. Bharata himself is under deep distress. However, he tells others, all the queens, etc., who are grieving. In many ways, he tries to comfort them by saying words of wisdom. भरतहु मातु सकल समुझाई कही पुराण श्रुति कथा सुहाई. Bharata told all the queens and people around there beautiful texts from the Vedas and parables and episodes. छल विहीन शुचि सरल सुबानी बोले भरत जोरी जुग पानी. With folded hands, with a very sincere heart, Bharata spoke sweet, sacred, beautiful words. जे अघमातु पिता सुत मारे गाय गोठ मही सुरपुर जारे. In a storyline, Bharata is clearing his position. Because then people are pointing finger at Bharata. Because it must be Bharata's intention to become the king that his mother followed and made him a king. So, general question always arises. Journalists think in 1,000 ways. So, Bharata wants to make his position clear. But that's a storyline. This episode is meant for people who are reading Ramayana to understand how many sinful karmas are prevented by devotional movement. So on one side it's Bharata's grief, what Bharata goes on saying. Another side you are getting instructions. How you will hear it. ये अभमातु पिता सुत मारे गाय गोठ मही सुरपुर जारे. ये अभतीय बालक बध कीन्हे मीत अबही पति माहुर दिन्हे. He says, if I am responsible for sending Rama away, then let me suffer from these sinful karmas. What are those sinful karmas? That you have to understand. And he uses very worst of karmas. So be prepared for it. Sin that is committed by killing mother and father, killing one's own son, destroying a cowshed, killing the cows, and burning the city of Brahmanas. You can take it literally, it's very good. Ghastly situation. As well as more psychologically, mystic psychology. If you don't allow your parents to attain liberation, you are killing your parents. How do you help them? By your spiritual movement. The moment a person moves towards God, adopts the path leading to liberation, it brings about tremendous inspiration in the hearts of parents. Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, that's how the scriptures consider mother as the divine, Devi, God in mother. Worship God in your father. And therefore, it is by following the path Godward movement, you are giving life to your parents, real life. Not adopting the Godward movement, you are as if committing a great sin. Killing them, leading them to stay mortal. And similarly, killing cows means killing spiritual understanding, good insight. The people who are very orthodox religions, they follow only what they think the scriptures say. The scriptures can understand what the scriptures say, you literally follow it, it will be a terrible situation. So, that level of people take it literally, killing cows. Cow is only a representative of animals. But cows spoken in scriptures, they are Upanishadic teachings. Sarvopanishado gao. Upanishads are the cows. Dogdha Gopalanandana. Krishna was the milker of those cows. So, if you do not follow the scriptures in a profound way, just stay in a ritualistic level, you are killing those cows. And similarly, if you are not guided by great men, they are the Brahmins, you are as if killing the Brahmins. These highly allegorical statements. And all these are terrible sins. And their consequences will be terrible. Simple way of saying, if you do not study scriptures, you don't practice integral yoga in daily life, you are committing all these terrible sins. And the sin that one commits by killing women, children, friends, and poisoning even the king, all horrible crimes will become possible if a person does not develop spiritual interest for attaining liberation. This is not what I am leading to tell you, that this is all this is not exaggeration. Souls that are not spiritual, they are doing constantly countless terrible things. The world is filled with terror. जे पातक उपपातक आही, करम बचन मन भव कबि कहीं, ते पातक मोहि होहु विधाता, ज्यों यहु मोहोई मोर मत माता. All the sins that are possible by karma, action, by speech, and by mind, manasa vacha karmana, through mind, speech, and action. All sins can be committed. O Vidhata, if I am in agreement with Rama's going to forest, then may I suffer from all those sins. It's not simply clearing himself, but giving you an understanding that all these sins will become possible for you if you do not move towards God realization, if you do not practice sadhana in daily life. You live your life purposelessly. You live your life with purpose, then you are attending on dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And in order to live your life purposefully, integral movement, your action, your emotion, your will and reason, they all must become harmonized gradually. Simple points, but all that Bharata puts himself. I will be the one who will suffer if I have interest in sending Rama away. Je parihari hari harabacharan bhajahi bhoot gan ghor tehi kai gati mahi dev vidhi jaun janani matamor. O mother, telling Kaushalya, may Brahma give me this terrible gati, that means durgati. Durgati means a hellish consequence, a hellish result. What type of hell? Those people who turn away from worshipping Sri Hari and Sri Shankara, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, they turn away from worshipping them. That means worshipping God in the proper way. And instead, they go after worshipping bhutas and pretas. Well, there are people who are very deeply involved in this. Ghosts, goblins, and constant talk about possessions, how to dispel the bad spirit, where to send it. The whole description goes on with it. All that is needed, turn your mind to Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. Turn your mind to God with a healthy personality. If you do that, you don't have to fall into this big jungle of ghostly beliefs and perverted, narrow-minded religions. And suck up dharma. Suck up is a negative way. Dump dharma. And those who gossip against others and live their life with that type of their thrill. It's something to find, finger pointing at others. And whenever they come into a group of their near and dear ones, they take up that topic. Nothing else to talk about. may that sin and its consequences fall on me. Those who are kapati, means hypocrite, kutil, crooked, kalahapriya, who always like to hear quarrels. Any topic of quarrel going on, or any topic of disharmony and bitterness, a day will go boring if there is nothing, no such topic. And those who condemn the Vedas and who oppose any movement to universal peace or harmony, these are terrible karmas. May I suffer from those karmas if I am involved in Rama, sending Rama away. So instead of I am, it applies to everybody. If you are involved in putting your jnana out, then all these sinful karmas apply to you. Lobhi lampat lol upachara, ye taakahi par dhan dhanu paradara. Those who are greedy, cheat, covetous, they're always hankering to grab others' wealth, and with perverted character going after other women. May all those sins come to me if I have sent Rama away. It's not just Bharata's grief. In brief, it is description of sins that are prevented by bhakti. Bharata is bhakti. And the bhakti movement begins, all this will be prevented. If that bhakti is not there, if Godward movement has not begun, imagine how many things you can do. You have amazing capacity to dump yourself. ये नहीं साधु संग अनुरागे परमार्थ पथ विमुख अभागे. Those who have no love for satsanga, those miserable people, wretched people, who do not follow the path leading to liberation. Having attained human embodiment, those who don't worship Shri Hari, God, those who don't like to hear the glory of Hari Hara, Vishnu and Shiva, may those that sin, all this is terrible sins, may I be afflicted by those sins. Tajishruti panthu Bama patha chalahi, banchak virachi vesha jagulah chalahi. Those who turned away from the path shown by the Vedas, those who are thugs, thieves. And those who adopt deceptive manner to cheat others. Tilnikaya gati mohi sankara devu. May Lord Shiva grant all this sin to me. If responsible to have sent Rama away. Understand? It's a very direct teaching. If you have moved away from jnana within you, it means you have sent Rama away. You are now subject to committing countless sins, not in one embodiment after embodiment. But coming from the Bharata's own tongue implies Bharata did not do all this. If you have bhakti, bhakti is the negator of all these sins, preventer of all these sins. मातु भरत के बचन सुनी सांचे सरल सुभाए कहती राम प्रिय तात तुम सदा बचन मन काए. Kaushalya heard these sincere sincere words proceeding from the heart of Bharata. I said, "O child, beloved one, you have been always dear to Rama by mind, speech and action. You are not involved in this. Ram pranahu te pran tumhare, tum ragupati pranahu te pyare." Rama is dearer to you than your own life. And you are dear to Rama, dearer to Rama than Rama's own life. In other words, bhakti and jnana are deeply related. Without bhakti, jnana will not mature. Without jnana, bhakti will not attain its height. Both are interdependent. They are Bharata and Rama. Bharata is bhakti, Rama is jnana. Vidu vishavaya sravaya himu agi, hoi vari chara vari vigragi. Venom may shower from the moon, and fire may rain down out of frost. All these are impossible things. And fishes may become detached from water and start walking on land. But you, Bharata, you can never be separated from Rama. Bhaye jnanu baru mitaye na mohu, tum Rama hi pratikula na hohu. It's possible that even with jnana, one may gain lot of jnana knowledge, and moha, delusional love for the world, may not be removed. Simple way of saying, if it is, jnana can become ineffective in removing moha, but you cannot be ineffective in loving Rama. Simple point again. Subtle psychology is there in each verse. You can be intellectually a great jnani. You can quote from any scripture. But in spite of all that, your moha, your attachment to the world and all worldly values, that doesn't move away. Theoretical knowledge is also called jnana. And that jnana does not remove your moha. But if you have bhakti, devotion, moha cannot dominate you. मत तुम्हारी यह जो जग कहीं, सो सपने हूँ सुख सुगति न लाहीं. Those who consider you responsible for sending Rama away. In this world, all those who point their finger to you, they cannot find sadgati, right spiritual progress, even in their dream. It's pointing out to the disintegrated concept of religion, where people say, Bhakti alone is great. So shut out jnana. In an allegorical way, people who point out Bharata alone is great, Rama is not. This is a terrible crime, terrible sin. अस कही मातु भरत हित ये लाए, तन पथ स्रवहि नयन जल छाए. So Mother Kausalya, having authenticated Bharata as true devotee of Rama, enfolded him in her arms, loving arms, and tears of love began to drip from her eyes. Whole night passed in this type of experience. Vamadev Vasishtha tab aaye, Sachiv Mahajan sakala bolaye. Now Vasishtha, the Guru, Vamadeva is another priest. They came and all the ministers and all the great people of the court, they were all invited. Because Vasishtha gives spiritual teachings and all these people listen. And they all listen to Vasishtha's teachings. Muni bahu bhati bharata upadeshe, kahi paramarasa bachana sudeshe. Vasishtha in many ways gave teachings to Bharata. Teachings here brought calming effect on Bharata's sorrowful mind. Here again, Vasishtha is highlighting the role of bhakti, devotion. तात हृदय धीरज धरहु, करहु जो अवसर आजु. उठे भरत गुरु बचन सुनि, करण कहेउ सब साजु. Bharata has been comforted. And Vasishtha says, O child, maintain patience in your heart. And now do your duty. And the duty is before Bharata is to do Shraddha ceremony for King Dasharatha, whose dead body in storyline is preserved in oil. Ramayana turns its attention to creating samskaras, rituals that will help people in the long run, as well as giving profound insight how to handle mortality. When you see others die, you must understand the same predicament will come to everyone. And in divine plan, death is not cruelty. Death is changing the dress. Your dress is your body-mind complex. And your present embodiment is not sufficient to lead you to liberation. So now in nature, takes you out of this present body-mind set and gives you another body-mind set. And when this state comes, the departing soul passes in a profoundly relaxed way. Because there is a subtle instinctive sense that the soul is being led by divine plan. In other words, the person for whom you are grieving, that person is much more relaxed than your griefs. And constantly putting your attention to the person, feeling the person is miserable because he is dead. He can't take tea, he can't join in gossips, he can't play, can't tell stories. So he is miserable. How much he will be suffering, being separated from all near and dear ones. That picture that you keep in your mind is your stupidity. So this type of understanding, how to see, how to face mortality in others, that people constantly deal with in a wrong way. The Shraddha ceremony is designed to bring a subtle change in your understanding. Instead of thinking of the misery created by mortality in relation to your relatives, others, try to understand that misery awaits you and you're involved in it. Because mortality is source of fear in every individual, and the solution for immortality is to discover immortality. Add I am to mortality. Immortality. Look deep within yourself and understand mortality. Body is changing, perishable, mind, intellect, ego, but not I am. The source that operates through your entire body, the knower, the seer, the supreme source, the light of lights. That's your I am, not your ego. Who am I? That I am is ever untouched, unaffected, absolutely perfect. That aham has not run away. So sniff out mortality and stay with I am. And that's the formula for immortality. Quickly said, but it's a mantra to meditate upon. And with this we conclude. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, ओम त्र्यंबकम यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम उर्वारुकबंधनान् मृत्योर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। हम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम हरि ओम तत्सत्।